I want you to take a look at this. I have a problem. I can't stop running my XP Pro as my EDC, even though I have 4 more in the lineup. And I know this is a problem that you guys have just like me. You got a crazy lineup of fire EDCs, but you just can't put that one little baby down, man. You just can't take it out your hands. This little thing right here has stepped up to the plate and has taken over at least 2 to 3 days out of the week. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give you my quick EDC rundown that I'm currently running at least half of the week. But you guys know me, John Wick 2.0 always has to run 2 guns and maybe even a backpack carry that I leave in the car, taking the stores and whatnot, do those little things like that. I'm safe and secure and I'm licensed, so it doesn't matter. But sometimes I like to carry something big with a whisper pickle on top of it. Story time. Dude, you ever have something that you so fond of? So first of all, let me tell you something real fast. To get this XP Pro, I had to drive 8 hours back and forth. That's 16 hours on 2 different days. Because in Colorado, we have that 3-day waiting period. So I couldn't just go out and grab this thing and just take it right on home, like I know a lot of y'all can in some of those blessed states. I had to travel, pay, set this thing in jail, look at it from time to time, have them send me pictures. Once that 3rd day hit, I couldn't even go right away. So once I was able to go pick this thing up, got on my journey, gassed up the car, man, I couldn't beat traffic fast enough, man. Driving through that Denver traffic, trying to get pushed out all the way to the boonies where this thing was at. It was worth it, obviously. So you've seen enough of the gun right now. We'll get right back into that one. And that's just one of the guns I'm carrying every single day. And the lineup switches, as I've already told you. But this one gets a lot of attention. We're gonna start off with something that I feel like everybody should have. And you can have a better one than me because I just did a video on this and I'm not too fond of it, but I'm giving it a shot. I've been running it for about a week solid and it's been doing good. Better than what I expected, but that's because I'm not running it on its high illumination features. This is the Night Court EDC 37. The flashlight has many different functionalities. It does have that 15 lumens, 100, 400, 1500. That's about all I use on this. Now you can hit a half push for the 15, bring it in whole for whatever that you have it pre-set up for, but it also tries to boast some other features that I haven't been happy with. I gotta keep it real with you. I'm not happy with it. It is the second button right here. And that one is the 3000 lumen shield or the 8000 lumen shield and the 3000 search. So as you see, after you run that high lumen mode or that search mode, this motherfucker takes about 1.5 minutes to recharge. So it's kind of useless as an EDC tool in my opinion. Y'all seen the old flashlight that I ran, the Goon Beam? I'll do an update video on that particular setup next. We'll keep these EDC setups going because I got so many, just like you. We got so many, bro. Me and you. We got so many setups, it's hard to choose. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you the numbers on these things and we're gonna do it in a slight, clean way. So let's say this is like 1.5 blue Benjis. The next thing I feel like you should have in your EDC lineup, no matter what, is a knife. You don't gotta get all fancy like me and get something that OTF, you can get a folding, you can get a fixed, because I got all of those things and I run them separately, or I run them with different setups. My wife get mad at me all the time, but that's the purpose of having a little bit of coins, you know? I get to put them in places that I want to, and I get to get the things that make me happy. I like to have things that run together properly. The proper flashlights with the proper guns, the proper knives with the proper setups. You get it. You're just like me. You want the proper stuff. You like what you like, bro. And this is your Cobra Tech, the big boy. I forget exactly what this is called. I have so many. I have maybe 3 that are just like this, 2 that are a little smaller, and I have a fixed blade. And I also have a very teeny tiny California compliant baby poker. So we can cover the most soft points as possible. We got the Samsung S24. I think it's the Ultra. Maybe not. It's the base model or the bigger model with the bigger GBs in it. And you know we gotta have slaps on the back. Tell me if y'all see that. I think that's funny, man. Let me know down in the comments. Look at Joe Biden. That's wicked, ain't it? I used to carry a big bulky wallet as well, but I got myself slimmed down to one of these nice little cards with the protection on it, so nobody can't just walk by you and blip all your information up out of your pocket. Very nice, very secure. Haven't had any issues out of this, but that's a small factor on a big EDC lineup. Another thing that I never seen anybody talk about on here, but I carry this thing every day. And if you like me and you need that fix, you're gonna carry the same thing like me every day, man. So I gotta have my H45 on me every single day, everywhere I go. You know, not the best unit, but it has done me justice for about a year. I used to run a big old crazy bulky contraption, but this thing is slimmer, and I mean it functions kind of good. So we're gonna keep rocking it until the wheels completely come off. It do got some damage on it right now. Rewind me back. Told y'all I was gonna give y'all them numbers. 1.5 Benjis. 1.5 Benjis on the Cobra Tech. You know these get financed, but I mean the Grand Plus, about $30. Amazon special. Check it out below. Now, firearm is completely empty. There's no magazine in this gun. But before we get back onto the gun, we're gonna go ahead and get onto the holster. This thing is from QVO. I got the very basic holster, and crazy story, they told me I was 1 out of 3 people, including the owner, who has actually broken this piece on their holster, man. It's wicked. I was disappointed, I was sad, but they came out with a fire custo service and got me right instantly. It took care of me. They sent me 2 actually. So I'm able to get this thing put back together if it does have that same type of misfortunate incident. Holster, 1.5 Benjis. That's gonna be a trend here. Everything 1.5 Benjis on me today, y'all. There's one more thing in my EDC that I put together that I gotta tell you that brings this holster all the way together. I'm talking about comfort on your meat piece, peace on your meat at ease. Moving back onto the bread and butter, the gun. We got that Fusion Firearms, and it is threaded on the barrel. We do have that Streamlight TRL7 HLX on there, and we do have that Hollow Sun comp on top. Number big dots for your boys. As I said, this gun is extremely well constructed in my opinion. You gotta come off a few more ducats to get yourself a grip like this going on your thing. You gotta come off a few more ducats, but not on this. SP Pro give it to you right away. Fusion give it to you right away. The performance on this thing is doggy. No MIM internals, everything is bar stock, yada, yada, yada. Go watch some videos if you wanna know more about that. I don't wanna get too in depth, but let's just call this thing 12 Benjis. Oh yeah, and Glock mag compatibility, all factory mags. YouTube, don't trip with me, man. And we gotta run nothing but 147s inside of there, right? But I lied. I had to lie. Why am I lying to y'all? Why am I lying? We also got some 96 Velocitas. Velocitas. My boy said Velocitas, and I can't get that out of my head right now, man. That's in my head forever. My boy said these is Velocitas. I said, no, this is Velocitas, man. I talked to the man. I heard him say it with his own voice. Velocitas. So 96 grain Velocitas, fire. They run great. Check them out. The grip isn't exactly like a 1911 grip, but with this little, with this mag extension right here, or actually this mag well extension, let's call that that. It is easy to get my fingers up under this the exact way that I want to. I'm able to do the things that I want with this. As far as this Streamlight, I had to get it, and I don't see any problems with it. It does work very good, you know, the times that I've had to use it. But I'm really into the Holosun PIDs. They just look a lot better, more aesthetically pleasing to me. Only thing about this is that it does have that. I do like that nice little strobe function that it got. So I guess it's kind of winning my heart over. This whole setup is winning my heart over right now, y'all. So I don't know. As I said, 12 Benjis for this XP Pro. Let me go ahead and tell you, I'm gonna tell y'all what brings that holster all together right now real fast. And then we're gonna move on to what else do I carry. My bad, I get a little booger on my nose, man. Y'all go back on the video and let me know if y'all seen a little boogie woogie hanging from the tip of my nose. But I told y'all I was gonna let y'all know, man, what brings this holster all the way together, and that's this CLOUDSTER pillow, man. CLOUDSTER pillow. Instant comfort. Dog, this is instant comfort. I cannot make this up, especially on this platform. It works very good. On all the platforms, it works crazy. Definitely on the Prodigy, when it sticks out a little bit out of this holster area. Oh yeah, man. It fit like a dream. It feels like heaven on the cockatoo. You know what I mean? Better than what you used to. And if you've been carrying as much as I've been carrying, which I know that you have, you wouldn't be here if you ain't a true carrier. So you kind of get used to the awkward feeling of having something like this pressed against your jewels, right? But with this, it kind of takes it away. Matter of fact, it takes it away a lot, bro. Forget about kinda. I'm gonna say at least 30% of that noticeable feeling just evaporates. Thin air. Thin air. It's gone. It's ghosty. Check these out, bro. I can't even say Benjis. Less than a quarter of a Benji. About a quarter of a Benji, right? About a quarter of a Benji for a CLOUDSTER nut protector. You know? Let's move on. I've been showing y'all the EDC that I love to carry at least 2 to 3 times a week. Let me know if it's sufficient enough down in the comments. Let me know. Now I'm getting ready to show y'all what I got in this bag. I'm getting ready to show y'all what I pair with this Fusion Firearms XP Pro. Now, if you like my EDC choice, the choice that I made to carry 2 to 3 times out of this week, and you want to see videos of this thing in action, you want to see more of this, drop that sub. Hit that all. Come on, warriors. It's free 99. And if you think you run something better than this, if you come in more classy, more flashy, any of that, let me know, man. Tell me what you got down in the comments. I want to see if it's true or if it's all baloney cap. Now, these are the last few items that I've been carrying on a regular for a little bit, maybe over, I want to say a month. In that same time frame as this XP Pro, because I'm not running this every day. Sometimes I'm running a different gun in a different bag. I got 4 of these 945 industry bags. Bag, let's start off with that. Beautiful, many different compartments. You can put your phone in this one. It's the smaller one. And it got this side pouch. I'm not too fond of it, but it's full right now. And it's been full. I can say that it's kind of been useful, but it kind of get annoying because it sit right under your armpit area or just right in front of your armpit area. Bag, 1.5 Benjis. We got a trend going on here, y'all. The 1.5 Benjis trend. On the front of this bag, you do got a place to drop them slaps on there. On this one, it's cool. I like it. It's all good. But on some other bags, I don't run them, and I don't really recommend running none of these slaps. None of these really scream out firearm, but if you start reading it and you understand firearms, you're gonna be like, that's firearms, bro. That's a gun in that bag. But I haven't had anybody approach me and say, I think you got a gun or you got to leave or any of those things. I'm just strolling and scrolling and moving and grooving on through my day with this bag on. Now, some of the items that I previously showed you would be in this bag, like a wallet and a phone. So we're not gonna go over all of the what's in the front, dude, what's in the back, my boy, none of that type of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know first what's inside this side pouch compartment before we get into the bread and butter that I know you guys wanna see, like what gun he got up in there. I know he got something good, or do he got something trash? I'm gonna let you know. Might just be in the middle. Could be a garbage piece of doodle butt, you know? So small compartment. Let's do like a little light zip down. Let's stop playing. All right, so I'm just gonna show you on the side view what's in there. We ain't gonna even drag it out. We got a flashlight, 2 mags, and a knife. Why you got 2 flashlights? I don't know, because I feel like rocking 2 flashlights. Know why I got 2 extra mags, right? You should know that too. Why I got an extra knife? What if one fall out my pocket? You know, got to have the extras, buddy. So we pull the knife out. We got that K-bar dozer, something very cheap. 20 bones, nothing too extravagant, but it definitely worked. It poked and it sliced. I feel like it's decently sharpened from factory. Didn't have to do anything extra to this thing. It was cool, it's nice. Then we got that small little police security flashlight. I haven't brought this flashlight out in a while, but definitely runs. It's definitely nice. Strobe function on there. Let's get that to go back, I'm tripping. Oh, there we go. And then we can pull this out and in, right? That kind of focuses the light a little more. Kind of, you know, focuses on the candela. It's actually a really good light. Maybe about 150 lumens max. Nothing crazy. Slight candela, but as I said, if you just now starting off with flashlights and you want to have an EDC flashlight, I feel like this little baby is something that is worth looking into. We can pull out for a more precise controlled lighthouse style beam, and then we can push back in for that wider little beam, and of course that strobe function. Now we do have a factory Glock mag right here, 9 rounds, YouTube compatible. It does have, I forget what these are. Y'all can tell me what these are down in the comments. Dirty, they dirty, huh? And we do have the ETS clear mag. Everybody said they don't work, but these things work just fine. We do have some of them Sig Spear big dogs in there, and we got a few of them crosses in there too. Not G9, but the other company. I got so much different ammo, I forget. Y'all let me know if y'all can see that in there. What's the cross, right? I got the box from inside the house. So I showed you 2 different knives within this EDC, but then we got this. We got us a Milwaukee poker. Now, you can't write with this thing, but you can fight for your life with this thing. Hey bro, what's the biggest problem you have with your EDC? What's the hardest place you ever had to get into with your EDC? Will one of them Milwaukee pokers be an advantage to you, or you think that it'll be something that'll just get yourself knocked off? Now we gotta wrap this thing on up. I know y'all like, dang, I've been around here listening to you blabble and babble for a little bit. I like you, John Wick. Matter of fact, I might even love you. You got crazy fire content. I love to watch it, but get to the bread and butter. Get to the guns. We come for the guns. So in the little bag right here by 945, we do got our custom holster with a G27 on the inside. That's completely custoed, if you want to call it that. When have you seen a G27 with a dot on it? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. When have you seen a G27 factory Cerakote in this colorway? Factory, y'all. We got the John Wick on the back just to represent for the people. You know, I'm John Wick 2.0, so we always gotta have something that goes along with that theme. So the G27 is completely clear as well, man. We did have that 9-round magazine in there too, with some crosses in there too, y'all. We gotta keep the Lord on our side, man. He gonna protect us, and he gonna come up out this gun and flame, flume, flow, tear something up too. In Jesus' name. We're gonna just get right into the bread and butter, which is these 2 guns. I carry this because I love it and it's beautiful. It is going to be a workhorse. It is a workhorse. Let's just keep it real. And it's a nice showpiece. I like to walk around in the woods and things like that a lot. In Colorado, man, we going to have bears. We're going to have different type of wildlife. They just released wolves back into the atmosphere. So you just never know what you're going to come across. A lot of people might say, get a 10 milli. You're right. But I wanted something small that I could still control. Like I could control this 40. It's not crazy. It's a little snappy. I've talked about it in a discontinued video, but in real life, I can still land these shots. It might not be as fast as these. These gonna come out like a dog. 6 of these gonna come out in less than 2 seconds and on target. To ask about me, but we can pull this thing out in a jiffy, and I guarantee you that this thing is gonna still put in work. Like I said, 40 cal Smith & Wesson. That's why we keep 3 magazines. I was about to say 9. That's why we keep 3 magazines. 9 have been crazy. Wouldn't it, y'all? Bulky as heck. And then with this right here, we definitely, with both of these magazines, you can see it. Let's not even call it a number, but you see the number. We running numbers. We got numbers on us. And we got 2 different platforms to achieve or accomplish whatever we may have going on. So again, seeing this lineup, what would you change? What would you get rid of? What would have to lead this lineup for you to run this stuff every day? Or at least 2 to 3 times a week for yourself? What would go? Is the XP Pro on point for you? Is the G27 too weak, or is it just right for what you want to carry, how you want to present yourself? Would you carry this in a bag? And I do have an appendix holster for it too. Or would you rock this right by the peanuts? Or if you're a lady, by the flowers. Now I always talk numbers and let you guys know exactly what the things hit me for or get y'all close enough to them. My last EDC that I showed was about a 6K EDC. And I was running a nice little bag gun as well in that. Like I told you, let's say 12. I didn't give y'all this, but come on, man. Like less than 4. Everything else, I ain't gonna run through the numbers again. Let's calculate. 3.5. A 3.5 lineup. And it's crazy that we all run with about that much on us, man. Like people like to floss they rings and they chains and stuff like that. But a lot of us is running with more than $3,000 to $10,000 worth of equipment on us that'll save our lives, not just be flashy for some girl that don't even like you. You know what I mean? But I'm tired. I need to go to sleep. It's been a long weekend. It's your boy John Wick 2.0. Remember, I want you to sub. You need to sub because you need to see this hotness I'm dropping. Hit that all button. Hit the all button, y'all. Check me out. Become a warrior. Looking at becoming a member? Hey, y'all, I'm out of here. It's John Wick 2.0. Hold it open for the next man. It takes nothing to be a gentleman. Hey, I'm outie.